To schedule a large number of candidates for one test at one time, use the Bulk Schedule option. Go to Test Administration and the Schedule tab. The filters show Standard for HTML and Legacy for Flash. If your screen is too small to show this completely, you will only see a toggle switch. You may see this as a symbol or full text box, Bulk Schedule, depending on your screen size. Click Bulk Schedule. Ignore the Multiple Centers option. Before selecting the fields in the box, you need to download and edit the CSV file. This will open in Excel. Open the downloaded file. Only the candidate reference, Scottish Candidate Number or SCN needs to be completed. Please make sure they match the reference numbers listed in Solr. If you use an SCN which does not match the record in Solr, this will fail. This information can be found within the Candidates page under the Setup tab. Please do not put more than 100 candidates on this file. Excel always edits numbers that start with 0. Depending on candidate's Scottish Candidate Number, you may need to format the cells to allow for zeros at the start of the Scottish Candidate Number. To do this, highlight all cells required in the column, excluding the heading, then right-click your mouse. Select Format Cells. Select the text option, then click OK. You will now be able to enter any Scottish Candidate Number that starts with a 0. Once you have input all of your candidates, you need to save this document on your system. Select File. Select Save As. Save the file in your Documents or selected location. You should change the file name to one that you will recognize for selection later, and you could use again. For example, mondaymorningclass.csv. Then click the Save button. Once you have saved, do not open the document again before it is uploaded to the Surpass system, as Excel will change these cells and you will lose any edits you have done. Select your center. This should be the default selection. Then select your subject and test. The filter includes all the subjects and tests which are attached to your center. Selection can be done by using the drop-down arrow or found by typing directly into this box and selected. You can select an additional option of security called Invigilation. Prior to selecting this option, please refer to the Invigilation training video for further information. Schedule the date range that you want the test to be available for. If you want to schedule a window for more than one day, tick the Multiple Day Test option. This can be available up to a maximum of 6 months, but we strongly advise not to schedule for a period of more than 2 or 3 weeks. Use the calendar icons to edit the start and end date range if necessary, or leave if you wish to schedule from the date that you are in the system. Regardless of date range, the test has a duration and should be done in one sitting. Please note, if you select a start date more than 5 days in advance of the date that you are logged into the system, the key code for the test will not be generated straight away. Only once this falls within 5 days of the test date will the key code be generated. If the start date is within 5 days of the date you have scheduled, your test will lock and the key code will generate. Key codes can be obtained from the Invigilate screen. Please note you will only have 30 seconds after scheduling to edit the test before it is locked. Key codes are only able to be used once. When a test is finished, if a candidate requires reassessment, this has to be rescheduled. Candidates cannot be scheduled for multiple tests at one time. Centres should review this as scheduling multiple candidates for one test at a time. PO field is not required. You will not be charged for using Solr. By ticking this option shown, candidates already created in Solr and not already associated to the subject will automatically and permanently be associated to the subject after scheduling the test. Once you have completed the required fields, click Browse to find your CSV file. Select your file to upload it. Once you have completed the fields and uploaded your CSV file, click Schedule Test. A report will generate and will provide information on successful tests scheduled and if any test scheduled failed. This will also be sent as an email. Click View Report. This will open in Excel. Unsuccessful tests should be redone separately. Trying to schedule a test already created for a candidate will also show as a failure. Please note you will only have 30 seconds after scheduling to edit the tests, if needed, before they are locked. Clicking View Report will show you successful and unsuccessful scheduled tests. This opens as an Excel file. The file will open in Excel and detail the successful or unsuccessful scheduled candidates. To leave this section, click the Close option. You may have previous filters set on this page. You can click Reset Filters to restore page to the default listing. You can then use the filters to find your information. The information shown depends on the start date you have chosen. If the start date is more than 5 days ahead, your test will remain in the Schedule tab as editable, and no key code will generate yet. If the start date is within 5 days of the date you have scheduled, your test will lock and the key code will generate. Key codes can be obtained from the Invigilate screen. You may have previous filters set on this page. You can click Reset Filters to restore page to the default listing. You can then use the filters to find your information. You should review the state of the tests. Here the padlock symbol shows the test is locked because it is not yet ready to be used. The main symbols are as follows. A green circle with an arrow means a test is in progress. R shows ready to use. A padlock shows tests which are locked. The tick shows a completed test. Please check the Solr website Frequently Asked Questions for full symbol listing. In this column, you will find the key codes created to either record for later or to give straight to candidates. When tests are selected and highlighted, button options at the bottom will appear as selectable. Full details of all of these options are in the Invigilate guide. You can either select tests individually or use the Select All option. Once selected, you are able to use the Print Invigilate Pack option. This gives you a register, each candidate's key code, and an invigilation report. Please refer to the Schedule a Test or Invigilate guides for full details. You have now completed this guide.